Hello, Hojoz here. Welcome back to the 5th season of the Cedara fight competition. More specifically, the 4th part of flight tests. And today, you'll be happy to see that I got the Adori working, at least from what I could see. Let's go over the changes real quick. I enabled it to engage surface on the Gauss, so it can engage surface now. I attached 2 struts here, just behind the missiles to reinforce the wings, and I installed a center strut here to reinforce the core. Apart from that, I adjusted these pillars to be a little bit wider, and those 3 parts, one of them came from an engine, which is now how the float boat is attached to the Idori. Before it was attached to one of these missile rails. Apparently that wasn't going to work. And the rest of the parts all came at the cost of ammo. So it only has 7 ammo boxes now, the float boat Mark III. But apart from that, it's now way more rigid. The only things I could see in testing that is going to make it suffer a little bit is freezing when it just doesn't do anything, and so it doesn't really make use of its entire turn rate, I feel like. But apart from that, it's the Idori that you have seen in the 4th season, and the Idori that's going to enter in this season. So let's get everyone ready. It still does that, by the way. Don't worry about it. It has no negative effects at all. Enable the radars on the boats. Like that. And I'm going to go on board the Charmander and start the mission. I always love how Charmanders take so. Anyway, recently I made a change in the AI pilot of the Charmander so that it has a takeoff speed of 10. That way its takeoff is more reliable. Makes for better episodes and less wasting time in Charmander. That is not taking off for the umpteenth time. My guess is that you'll be happy with that. Anyway, we are already nearing competition range because, the Idori is very, very fast, of course, at a top speed of over 400 meters per second. Although, since I dropped one of those engines out, I don't know what its top speed is anymore. But before I dropped that engine out, it was 425 meters per second, just to indicate that. Anyway, the Charmander has fired all its missiles, going back on board with the Idori. It is about to fire its aim lines, and you'll see that the issues are fixed. See? No vibrations at all. Float boat, however, is not responding. Float boat's out of it. To aim 9's heading towards the Charmander, so it, no. However, the Idori has of course the advantage that it can turn on the Charmander and use Scout. And there it goes. Just out of range of the Charmander here. So it's going to fire one of its Hellfires, and now it goes back to the Gau. And the float boat has survived the attack and is helping. And then the Gauss too. That's just going to ruin the Charmander any day of the week. Let's see, yeah, of course, all the engines taken off in pretty much one blast. And here the float boat, well, still has 2 guns, so it's fine. Just shows the complete resistance of these float boats. That's just amazing to see. Anyway, going back on board with the Idori, all it has to do is attack the Dutchian. Although, if we go more to the Dutchian, yeah, it's pretty much out of it. It doesn't really look like of course, the Dory is attacking the Charmander. Because the Charmander is now the nearest splashed target. The nearest target it can attack, so it will attack with the Hellfires. Splash down, Charmander always causes for some ammo loss, some ordnance loss on all these aircraft. Because the aircraft always focuses on getting Charmander taken out, which it's about to do. Yeah, any day of the week. That Charmander wasn't going to last long. Turning back on the Dutchian then. Surely it will now lock its spot on the Dutchian. There it goes, the lock is on, and there go the missiles, the Hellfires. As you can see, it's been a pretty easy round for the Idori, now that the Idori is fixed. Which, well, I wasn't expecting anything but that. You can see though, it still has a slight bit of a morphing issue. But it apparently just can get over that, and I'm not going to bother with rebuilding the Idori completely just for this competition. Since it can deal with the damage it has, I am just going to improve it. So, it's then the Idori entered into the 5th season of Cedara 5 competition. Let's see what the next plane is and what it holds in store for us. Maybe it will have just as easy match as the Idori had this time. Let's go to the next aircraft. Next up then is the CE Manta Mark 1, which, if we switch to it real quick, it's named the Manta because of its wing shape. Just look at that wing shape. This subjectively is one of the best aircraft in the competition. It also has intake galore at the front, and it just really makes it look like a Manta. And due to the simplistic nature of the CE Manta, I had a lot of parts left to mess around with the looks of the boat, and oh boy, I just love it so much. Let's see what the boat is called and if the Manta can take off and beat the Charmander. It is of course the CES Marchione, which is named after the unfortunately deceased head of the Ferrari F1 team, Sergio Marchione, which, well, he already died last year, but I don't care. I have an opportunity to name a boat the CES Marchione, which I will gladly take. Let's enable the radar on that boat, as well as on the Dutchian, so we can get this competition underway. By the way, for anyone that's wondering if the Manta can take off from such a crooked position, of course it can. It's designed that way. So then it's the Manta taken off and the Charmander taken off as well. I guess you could say that the Manta is a version of the Charmander, which is a drone, and designed more compact and with a larger wingspan, so it has more movability. At least that is the idea behind the design. Besides that, it's a well, very beautiful plane if you ask me. I'm very glad of how this one turned out. I very don't think that we'll enter in any more competitive competitions unless it wins like into the semi-finals or something. Anyway, enough chatting, it is time to engage. And surely that Manta does engage. The aim knight selected, it will start to target the Charmander as soon as possible, which has of course fired its Hellfires towards the Marchione, which, well, the Marchione is faring quite well against those missiles. as far as I can see right now. Although, yeah, stopped firing at the wrong time. Meanwhile, the Manta has done a weird roll and has frozen in place. The Manta, I don't know what it's doing, but it is trying to avoid the Charmander, of course. Come on, Manta. Yes. It's now taking off, and it has spotted an opportunity to fire at deduction, and it now will fire at deduction, of course. 2 Hellfires going in, a third, and then of course a fourth. However, Charmander will be at the tail end of this Manta, and we have not yet to see if that will cause any issues. Anyway, that Hellfire is just sitting on the wing, as if it did nothing. Anyway, looks like the Marchione is pretty destroyed, and it is the Charmander coming in to fire at the Manta, and the Manta firing back. Manta again a bit frozen in place here. Now, not going to turn, which is very odd. Okay, it's going to fire some more Hellfires. Well, sure. And it's going to try and dodge an AIM 120, which that was very easy. AIM 120. Another AIM 120 heading its way. No, it's actually an AIM 9. Why are you then firing the chaff? It's also some gunfire. That's an easily avoided AIM 9. And that must be the 120? No, it's actually a Hellfire. Manta has now spotted its opportunity and is turning back on the Charmander. Firing its Vulcans its way. It doesn't look like it's going to hit much. However, it is quite a big target. Oh, that's a very, very last minute missile. That must have been an AIM 9. Yeah, it's a Hellfire. Wow, if that was an AIM 9, man, that was going to cause so many issues. Anyway, I feel like this Manta is freezing in place every time, because it's not sure what to do with its Hellfires. It's also stalling every time, it looks like, because or the yaw is not keeping up, because it's really having some yaw difficulties here. Anyway, it's going to now try to catch up to the Charmander, and catch up it does. However, the Charmander comes back. It was turning back all along, and it flies under the Manta. My suspicion is that we'll see a lot of head-ons in this competition, as there is no backup aircraft to well back you up. Guns is engaging that, and now re-engaging the Charmander. Oh, that's some stability issues right there. That's some real stability issues. But it will have to deal with it. I suspect it's simply because of a lack of yaw. Manta now, however, turning back on that Charmander. It is going to fire its Vulcan shortly, and it is firing its Vulcans right now. Bit of stability issues you can still see in the gunfire, and thus it has not hit the Charmander as of yet. Charmander barely in gun range right now. Another bit of Vulcan action, and some more. Wow! Yeah, it's really having a bit of a stability issue. If I had time to tweak it, I would give it more stability in the weapon manager. It really does look like it's struggling. Anyway, turning back on the Charmander now, it is out of range. Surely out of range. It is back to the Vulcans, however, it's going in range because it's doing another head-on. However, looks like that Charmander is out of ammo. And it is. How's the Marchione, by the way? Yeah, the Marchione is not going to do anything for the Manta. We missed some firing on the Charmander there. However, it doesn't look like anything has been hit. Turning back and firing again. One of those Vulcans. And it's finally hit something. Oh, that looked like a crucial hit. And it is. It is. All the air scoops gone. And some pretty heavy damage on the gun, on the wings. One engine remaining, but it can't use it. Half the yaw gone. That is pretty much a Charmander that's been taken out. However, it's been taken out by an aircraft which has the slightest bit of a stability issue. Besides that though, it's a fairly good aircraft, I'd think so. At least. Charmander then tumbling down to the ground. It is another lost battle for the inspection aircraft. And you do love to see it, don't you? You do love to see it. Quick screenshot. Just for the lols of it. Going to make for a nice thumbnail, I guess. It is then the Charmander that has lost. As this Dutchian, yeah. It looks to be doing a Titanic at least. But this Titanic is frozen in place. Well, it is the Manta then having won from the Charmander and having, well, passed inspections despite its stability issues. Because the stability issues haven't seen the Manta go into the ocean. It's quite simply the reason. The Manta, however, out of ammo, it really did make all of those bullets count. And there goes the Charmander straight into the sea. We'll be looking to finish off the Charmander with the remaining Hellfire. As to get that roll under control now. As it looks to be a slight bit of an over-roller. And turns back. It is turning back now. Having to relock though. And relock it does. Let's see if it fires that final Hellfire. Doesn't really look like it's going to do it. Coming real close now. Nope. It's not going to fire it. Anyway. Manta wins. Pretty cool aircraft. In summary, let's go to the next one. And for the second to last aircraft today, it is the CE Andromeda Mark II. Or actually, it's a Mark III. Apparently it's a Mark III. Which, the boat has some fancy lighting here. Yeah, try to recreate a Dutch flag on the side of this boat, which is a boat entirely made of Mark II fuselages, which you know you love. Of course, being called the HZMS Turian, after the fact that the Andromeda Asari is named after Mass Effect Andromeda, I thought I should name the ship something out of that series as well. And let's turn off the lights here. Charmander also then is enabled. And it is then time to enable the radars on the Turian and the Dutchian. Quite similar names now that I think of it. Now, you will notice that the Turian has a slight bit of a clipping issue here. But what you will also notice is that the Andromeda Asari will take off nonetheless. There we go. Andromeda Asari takes off with an amazing 2 Saturn engines. You know it's gonna be fast. Oh, it's going to be so fast. Already nearly at separating attitude. It is now at separating attitude. Beautiful aircraft is this Andromeda Asari, which, as I hinted at in the last episode, is one of the aircraft that I made for PFC 10. However, it's also the winner of CFC Season 1, back when I used my aircraft only. That's awesome, isn't it? Anyway, we are nearing engagement range. One odd thing you'll notice about the Andromeda Asari though is that it doesn't have any yaw stabilizer. That's because the yaw is in the aircraft. I I really like the fact that I thought of that. Anyway, it'll be looking to engage with AIM 120s. And there goes one of the AIM 120s, and an AIM 9 actually as well. All rockets on one side of the wing depleted. Let's see how it handles. A little bit of lag there. I could have sworn that one of the AIM 9s was going to crash into the aircraft, but it didn't. The AIM 9 sadly missing the Charmander though. Then of course the Andromeda SI really has to get on to the back of the of the Charmander, which it is trying hard to do. However, I think that the sheer roll deficiency by the fact that it's still carrying an AIM 120 is slightly hampering it. So it'll be then the Charmander probably getting its guns on the Andromeda SI first. I might wonder though when it will dump that 120. And the answer is probably not, since it has a minimum engagement range of 5,000 meters. As all of my aircraft do nowadays. Oh, those AIM 120s sadly missed the Andromeda SI, which is now going for some launching of Hellfires onto the Dutchin, which, well, it's a free target, isn't it? Ooh! That's an Andromeda SI hit! And it is yet one more AIM 9 coming in. Wow! Can it win in this state? Well, I don't think so. That's sadly going to be one wasted Andromeda SI. Although the AA will hang on for dear life. That's simply, quite simply not going to reign supreme. So it is all going to come down to the Turian. However, it is going to fire its Hellfires as if it's still in the competition. Now the entire front end gunned off the Andromeda SI, which is of course a very easy target. Flat spinning round like that for the Charmander. Sadly though, it is the Turian and the Andromeda SI gone as the Turian disappears from radar. Doesn't look good for the Andromeda SI, now does it? That's very sad for the AA. Probably having been killed by the fact that it was still carrying an AIM 120 on one side of its wing, which was severely hampering its performance. And perhaps, maybe even its revolutionary yaw design coming back to haunt it. As it simply refuses to go into the sea. You love to see it. I most certainly do. I really do love to see it. This is then the Charmander. At least getting one victory this episode. Let's go on to the next entry, which will definitely be something akin to a deja vu. Deja vu? I've been in this plane before. It is a Charmander Mark 11B, which is standing on a float boat. It's a float boat Mark II to be specific. Well then, it's going to be very fun to see what the differences are between the B and the A. I don't think it's going to be much though. Yeah, the A has one AIM 120, whereas the B has two. Can't really see any differences beside that. Yeah, can't see any differences beside that. So, not a lot of difference between these two. Why is it then called the B? Well, perhaps because I had to have one Charmander in my own competition. Charmander now deployed. You can see that float boat leaning, but it's not going to fall over. Dutchin and Charmander now separated as well. Let's get the float boat and the Charmanders and the Dutchin's radar on. It's time to see how well the Charmander takes off from a vertical position. And it's quite simply lovely. And quite simply, well, simple. It is the Charmander very easily lifting off the boat. This Charmander then not much difference with the other Charmander. Perhaps a little bit less fuel. I don't know. We don't know what the difference besides that could be. This will have another Charmander turning away from this one first. It having the bragging rights in the comment section below. Yeah. It's going to be fun to see two Charmanders battling against each other, one A and one B. Also, I have little doubt that the float boat is going to go down without a fight. The Charmander then rolling over to engage the Charmander then. Yes. This is why this is the final battle of the episode. It's simply because there's two Charmanders. Doesn't look like it's going to engage at the 120s though. Using the 9s first. Perhaps it has to do with lock-on range. And there goes the 120 and another 120. It is 4 missiles heading towards the Charmander A, which surely it can't dodge. However, it did. And this B did some nice maneuvers trying to dodge the fire of the A. And it's then the float boat fairly interested in engaging the Charmander A. It's almost as if this Charmander is configured to be more maneuverable. You can really see it. Wow. It's really rolling. Yeah, it is trying to maneuver so bad. Perhaps I've pushed the Charmander chassis to the limit here. With the Mark 11B. Or well, the Mark 11 chassis specifically. Vulcan's engaged. It's engaging away though. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's really rolling badly. Perhaps went too much exaggerated on the roll axis. Yeah, the float boat barely survived that. Where's the Charmander? It's firing at, it's right there, so what you're firing at there. But it's definitely not in the right position. Anyway, I think that's all the ordnance the Charmander A has. So it is up to the Charmander B to try and defeat the Charmander A. Because I don't think that float boat survived a lot of that. Could even be out of ammo. Let's see here. Oh yeah. It's not out of ammo, but you can just see the devastation on the float boat there. Charmander turning to engage Charmander. It's a 9, last minute 9. Oh no, oh no. Oh yeah, it's a very nice dodge. Gonna have to get those guns on the other Charmander though. Otherwise you're going to get tagged. What got tagged? Not of importance really. I can't really see anything that got tagged there. Again, firing. It's not even the yacht that got tagged. Wow. So what did get tagged? I don't know. Oh, it's another 9. It did have a 9 and a 120 in store. Very last minute. It's not dodging. Ooh, it will be very thankful for those countermeasures. However, that was one missile that hit. And 2 engines that were gone. One half of the tail that's gone. Ooh, it's not looking that good for this Charmander. So, the other Charmander then looks like it's going to win. It really does look like it. float boat, it's still alive. Besides that, well, nothing much happened. But yeah. However, it is still flying. It is still flying. The Charmander probably ran out of fuel or ammo. The other one, yeah, the other one ran out of ammo. This one still has like 1/3 of its ammo storage left. But I don't think that this fight's going to reach its conclusion anytime soon, because they are spiraling around each other. And it's the Charmander that's out of ammo on the rear. So, I propose that we speed some of this up. Well, I think I'm just going to stop it here. Guess it doesn't look like we're going to have a winner anytime soon. So, that's been the end of the CFC Season 5 Flight Inspection episodes. Next episode, which will hopefully be next week, we'll try to tackle one of the actual competitive matches. Or 2, maybe even 4. Yeah, just one or 2 matches in an episode. And then we'll see which of these aircraft are shit, which of these aircraft are decent, and which of these aircraft are just totally OP. Which, honestly, I don't think I stand much of a chance this season. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoyed CFC Season 5 Flight Inspections as a whole. As I said, I'll see you next week. And, here's Bureaucratic with Boys Bob.